after St. Patrick's Day. Joining us from Washington is the Honorable Adam Schiff, member of the United States House of Representatives, the ranking Democrat on the House Intelligence Committee. He represents Burbank, Glendale, and Pasadena. Congressman, thanks for taking the time.
Thanks, Conan.
So is the Russia probe, the probe into Russian interference in the 2016 election and possible collusion with the Trump campaign, as far as the House of Representatives is concerned, is that now over?
Well, it's certainly over as far as the majority on our committee is concerned. We're going to continue to work on the investigation. Obviously, we'll be severely hampered in what we can do. But there are witnesses who have contacted us and have said that they would be willing to come and appear, even if it's before only the Democratic members. We'll continue to be briefed by the intelligence community as they learn more. And of course, we'll learn more from Bob Mueller's work and some good investigative journalism. But they've made it immeasurably more difficult. And I think it's quite telling that at the same time that they're shutting down their work on the Russia investigation, they have decided they're going to continue their investigation into the Obama administration and into Hillary Clinton. So it's not as if they think the investigation has gone on too long. They only think the Russia part of it has. They only think that the part that deals with the Trump campaign and may get too close to the president has gone on too long. And we've known for some time, Conan, they were under enormous political pressure to do that. And I think, sadly, for the country that still wants to know the full extent of what the Russians did, they have bowed to that pressure.
Some of your conservative critics in the media have said that you no longer use the term collusion, you use the term Russian interference, in large part because collusion isn't against the law. Conspiracy is. Have you changed the vernacular, at least, in the nature of this probe?
No, not at all. And actually, I've never stopped talking about the issue of collusion and have, through this week and last week, been pointing out the ample evidence that we have found on collusion. The conservative pundits have said a variety of things about me over the years, including that I have said that there was no evidence of collusion. Of course, I've never said anything of the kind. Now, there's a separate question about whether Bob Mueller will be able to put together a case of criminal conspiracy to violate U.S. election laws. I believe that Mueller will end up indicting or seeking an indictment on the hacking and dumping of these stolen emails. The question is, will it include U.S. persons? And at this point, we don't know. But I have no doubt that there's sufficient proof of Russian involvement in that hacking and dumping scheme. There's certainly evidence of Trump campaign collusion, but whether it rises to the level of proof beyond a reasonable doubt is something Bob Mueller will have to decide.
Now, Senate confirmation is required for the new Secretary of State and the new CIA director, not the House. But do you have concerns over the nominees of those two offices by the president?
Well, I do have concerns. I've known Mike Pompeo for a long time. I think he's a very smart, very hardworking person. But we have serious policy disagreements about very serious matters, some of which I can't discuss here, but others of which involve the Iran nuclear deal or his hawkish views on other subjects. In some respects, he is better suited for a policy position, such as that at state, than he was for an intelligence agency head, which is supposed to be apolitical and really providing the best information to policymakers rather than making policy. But I do have concerns. I also, if I were in the Senate, would be asking some very hard questions of the nominee to be the next CIA director in terms of any role that she may have played in the program of enhanced interrogation techniques, something that I believe amounted to torture. So I would certainly want to ask some very hard questions, particularly in light of the fact that this president seems to be a fan and a proponent of torture, something I think is inimical to our Constitution, but also our moral standing.
Let's talk about something which first came out in Axios.com. The suggestion is that a number of Democrats, such as the one most recently in Pennsylvania who won a House seat that had gone for Donald Trump by 20 points, that they are running against Nancy Pelosi, the minority leader in the House. That there's a possibility that Ms. Pelosi, a fellow Californian, would leave the post, and if that happens, your name has been mentioned as a possible House Speaker if your party wins control of the House. Are you interested in that job?
Well, let me just say first that I hope that if we're successful in taking back the House, that Leader Pelosi will stay on and be our Speaker once again. I think she was quite a phenomenal Speaker when she had that opportunity before. And the thing about that job, either as Speaker or as leader, in the post-Newt Gingrich slash and burn era, whoever occupies that position is going to be vilified. And they've certainly done their very best to vilify Nancy Pelosi. But she is the most capable strategist our party has, and no one is working harder right now to take back the House. So that's my hope. If she were at any point to decide otherwise, then I don't know what the future holds for me. I would certainly hope to continue the work that I'm doing on national security and foreign policy, on intelligence. But right now, I'm concentrated on trying to help her and help my colleagues take back the House of Representatives, because it's the only way to put a meaningful check on this administration.
That answer we will take as a, I might be in the running, who knows?
Well, I would certainly concur with the who knows.
The Honorable Adam Schiff, member of the House of Representatives, ranking member on House Intel, Congress.